5,000 square foot house into 850 square foot room. And that was 17 years ago. And I just remodeled this house over in Meadowbrook. First one I ever done. 8,000 square feet. And it was fun. It took me 2 years. Took me 2 years. But,
It's not gonna take 2 years.
Yeah, don't tell us that.
Well,
This
I
one will
tell you
not take
what,
you 2 years, you got 60 days.
I tell you what, this house is 1809 Carl Street.
Is important.
1809 Carl Street. Now, you look on Zillow, this house, I listed it about 3 weeks after I listed it. An outfit called Zillow goes, wow. They show nothing but houses outside the box, unique houses. And this house, somebody turned it into this Zillow goes, wow. And it went viral across the internet. It got over 2.5 million. Likes. Made me half famous. It really did. Take a look at it. It says Fort Worth.
Now we're getting excited
House.
about what you're gonna
Oh,
do.
yeah. House in Fort Worth remodel.
No pressure, we won't touch
Called it
this
an
house.
internet sensation. It ain't made me no money yet, but it sure has been fun.
Well, you know, I think as long as you are working on the house and you keep the yard up, keep it clean.
The
I've done
outside
a good
looking
job of cleaning it up, and it looks,
I tell you, now I'm telling you, I spent $7,000, $8,000 cleaning it up before I owned it. Cause of this.
Yeah.
Because of this right here. Now, that's the truth too. My neighbor saw it.
yes, sir.
He'll tell you. I mean, we went to work, we hit, and I didn't even own it. You know?
We appreciate it. Do we have a motion then to extend the order 60 days?
Well, and I sure do thank y'all for that. Now, I won't disappoint you.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to
We
it.
have a motion. Do we have a second?
A second.
We have a motion and a second to extend the the order from 60 days that had been expiring tonight, to extend that order for 60 days of the property at 1909 Yale Street. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Thank y'all.
I even said aye, and I don't give a vote.
Oh, okay.
You're good.
Next time I'm gonna wear my hearing aid.
All right.
And here's many times, me and you will watch your hair.
Item number 12 is consider approval to revise the planning and zoning rules and procedures under Article 6, hearings and decisions specifically for debate and vote as recommended by the P&Z on April 18th, 2023.
Okay, this came before you here a while back. I took it back to P&Z after it's signed and everything. They know that CBA does their alternate member in case of a regular member's missing. They do it by lot, and that's what they want. And that's all this is doing, is changing that to where they can do it by lot or lots. They want to, in other words, if alternate 1 and alternate 2 are there, wants to be able to draw lots, so to be fair. That's all this does.
Steve, just a small bit of advice. I would never go into any website that has "Goes Wild" at the end of it.
I think Zillow is
Checking, yeah. All right.
Do we have an ordinance against discotheques and such?
Probably.
That what it looks like.
Okay, so all this does is, instead of having to go with alternate member 1 every time, it would draw lots.
Draw lots.
Straight.
That's all it does. They changed it to 2 sections, because I had the attorney looked at it, and it's always a disaster when he looks at anything.
That's high praise.
So all of it is fixed to where it matches on both ends.
Make a motion to revise planning and zoning rules.
We have a motion and a second to revise the P&Z rules and procedures as recommended. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
None opposed. Motion
This
carries.
does copy what P&Z does.
Yep,
So you
or
can't,
ZBA.
ZBA office, yeah.
Yeah.
Item number 13 is discussion and/or action authorizing the city manager to act on behalf of the city of River Oaks on all matters related to the North Central Texas Council of Government solid waste grant application for a skid steer loader and trailer for the curbside tree limb brush recycling program.
Good evening. All right, I have found another grant. This time I'm here asking for permission before any application is submitted. But thank God that we acted last time. That other grant did close the next day after, on
Wow.
the Wednesday after the council
Wow.
meeting. So, yeah, we got it, we did get in on that,
Good.
so we're still waiting on it. Is what it is, North Central Texas Council of Government has opened the solid waste grant, and it is 100% reimbursed back to the city on any funds that we spend, if we're approved through them, pending a presentation and everything with those guys. What we're asking for is permission to essentially apply and go through the application process. And what we're looking to do is replace our 2000 model skid steer loader and a trailer to haul that machine. And with that machine, that is 90% primarily used to pick up brush and bulk items at the curb throughout the city, and which that does fall in place with this grant.
It would be 100% reimbursed.
100% reimbursement.
100% deal, we can't live in.
It is, this one is 100%.
And we don't have to commit to the purchase before we find out that it's 100%, whether we get it or not.
Well, that's just the guidelines, it's 100% reimbursed.
But I mean, we'll know if we're being funded before we buy the item.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. Yes, I have not submitted an application, and once I do submit application, I do a presentation before North Central Texas Council of Government, and depending on the presentation and everything like that, they'll let us know whether we're approved or not
Now,
approved.
doesn't the new truck have its own
It does,
grabber?
yes,
Or-
yes, it does.
So do you still need this kind of as well?
Yes, we do, yes.
Because you can lift heavier stuff or
It
different kind of stuff
gets,
or what?
so with the new truck, it's great. We pick up a ton of stuff with that, but with this smaller machine, it has a grapple that comes up to the curb and it can essentially grab it that way, and load different trucks. And that helps us scatter out throughout the city and
Okay.
try to get everything quicker,
Yeah, okay.
more effective.
And it goes to two different places.
It does.
One goes to one place, and the other goes to the landfill.
So especially during April cleanup month, the brush does go out to Silver Creek, and then the bulk items, couches
Because
and whatnot.
it's
does-
cheaper than Silver Creek?
Correct. Well, Silver Creek doesn't take certain materials, recycling they recycle the brush and tree limbs that we
But I mean, it's cheaper to go there than taking everything to the
Correct,
regular dump.
correct. A lot cheaper.
Uh,
It's closer also.
Yeah.
so.
Jeremy, I looked on there, that you got in the spec there, that heated cloth air ride suspension. Is it, as I replaced the number seats on the equipment I have, we used to call it mule hide, but on this, it'd be a cloth, that stuff held up beyond.
The cloth? So, and then the reason why it's cloth is because it's a closed cab unit now. So the open cab units, they're more of the vinyl texture.
We used to call it mule hide.
Yeah, so the closed cab units are, and which the closed cab units are a lot more safety efficient with picking up these limbs.
This got the little hydraulic system on there where you, or other attachments that you were gonna.
Yes.
If you need that,
Yes, it does.
the high velocity.
Yeah, and that's
Come in real handy.
the quote that I did. It's for multi-use attachments.
Yeah.
So down the line, we can end up purchasing other attachments if we.
So I realize this is gonna be a minimal fee, but apparently there is a fee